I don't know if it'll maintain, but we'll see.
Are back home looking to split their season series with Moose Jaw. Just a wealth of talent on this Moose Jaw power play. Matejchuk, middle point, left side. Perkins, tip pass, scores. Just like that. Tic-tac goal for Moose Jaw. Atlee Calvert makes it 1-0. Net. Carmichael fires it up the half wall. Jaeger keeps it in at the right point. Quick shot. Blocker save. Witzke. Rebound. Scores. That's going to count as Denton Matejchuk puts home that rebound with less than a second to go in the first period. It's back in time to knock it back to Brenton. However, he shoots. Goes off the body in front. It's trickling around in front of the net. Moose Jaw finds it. Savoy scores. That puck was in a sea of bodies in the Rebels' goal crease. Somehow Savoy finds the puck. Finds the back of the net, and Moose Jaw's back in front. Warriors still with it in the slot. Furcus finds some room, holds it, right face off dot, pass out front, scores. 48.2 seconds left to go in period number 2, as Martin Rice-Savvy makes it 4-2. Dishes it off to Savoy, banks it ahead to Calvert. Has some room toward the red deer net up the left wing side. Calvert, pass out front, Savoy scores. Matthew Savoy tips it home, and just like that, the Warriors back in front by 2. It's 5-3. Furcus spins, pass up the middle, Jaeger wide open net, scores. Minute 56 to go in the third period. Warriors empty netter makes it a 6-3 game. Moose Jaw Warriors end up taking 3 of the 4 head-to-head meetings between these two clubs this season. The final horn goes, and the Moose Jaw Warriors gather to celebrate a 6-4 win over the Red Deer Rebels.
Scotiabank Saddledome in Calgary, Alberta, the scene on this Saturday afternoon for the 4th annual Every Child Matters game. Calvert on the play-in from Sherman. Works on the right side, lost the puck to Osborne. Now the shot saved. Bonaventura, rebound behind, they score! Scrambly play, and the Moose Jaw Warriors cash it in. It'll be a 1-0 lead on the tally from Braden Sherman. Dishes off to Sherman, behind the net, Kovacevic. Out in front, he's got Wilson at the line. Wrist shot, scores! Cosmo Wilson with a low laser beam that finds the back of the cage, and the Moose Jaw Warriors have re-established the lead. It's 2-1. Wide open, Atlee Calvert waits for players to catch up now into the Calgary zone. Backdoor pass, scores! Tipped on the way through to the net by Ryland Kovacevic. A doorstep deflection, and the Moose Jaw Warriors extend the lead to 3-1. One thing in common over the years, trades are no cheaper now than they were back then. Moose Jaw coming in, shot, scores! Caleb Parker on the rush goes stick side, and the Moose Jaw Warriors have extended the lead to 4-1. To keep the deficit at 3. Here's Rysavy again, toe drag, dropped it, Yager scores! Braden Yager skates into a loose puck and he drives it home. It's like the hardest shot competition. You couldn't have teed it up any better for Yager. And he hit it out of the park. And a 5-1 Moose Jaw lead. Made the save. He'll grab it and then throw it aside as the horn culminates the end of the Every Child Matters game inside Scotiabank Saddledome. Now the Moose Jaw Warriors skate away with a 5-2 victory.
Well, good evening, hockey fans, and welcome inside the Moose Jaw Events Center. We call it the Hangar, as Western Hockey League proudly presents to you the Moose Jaw Warriors and the Brandon Wheat Kings. My name is Darrell Romuld. I'm the host and executive producer of CTV Morning Live Saskatchewan, up way past my bedtime for a good reason and for a great game. The man usually in this chair, his name is Marc Smith. He's a dear friend, he's a true talent, and as of Tuesday, he is a father. We'd like to welcome Cecilia Smith into the world. 4 a.m. on Tuesday, so he's not getting a lot of sleep right now. That's why he's not with you tonight. Everyone is happy and doing well, and we wish them the best of luck. Now to the matter at hand. That is Thursday night hockey, the only game on the Western Hockey League schedule tonight. The Brandon Wheat Kings bring their 25-25-1 record to town. They're in 6th place in the Eastern Conference to battle the Warriors, who hold a 33-16 0-2 record tonight. The Warriors have won 5 straight, unbeaten in regulation in their last 10. The Medicine Hat Tigers beat the Regina Pats 5-4 on Tuesday night, which vaulted them into 2nd above the Warriors in the East for now, but the Warriors do have 2 games in hand. Now, the last time these two teams met was in January in Brandon. We'll roll that video for you. The Warriors had to overcome a red-hot goaltender, but they were finally able to find a way to solve the Brandon netminder to pick up a 4-3 road win, one that they needed, and part of this wonderful stretch that they had in the month of January. Depending on how the next few weeks go, what we are watching tonight could be a first-round playoff matchup. The Saskatoon Blades are the lone team to clinch a playoff spot. They have 83 points at this juncture, and as we said, Medicine Hat in 2nd, Moose Jaw in 3rd. Earlier tonight, the radio voice of the Warriors, James Gallo, ventured down to the locker room and caught up with Warriors head coach Mark O'Leary. Let's hear that conversation now.
IKS Media Warriors live pregame show continues with head coach Mark O'Leary. And Mark, your team is back at home after sweeping a pair of games last weekend in Alberta, wins in Red Deer and Calgary. Overall, did you feel as though your team put in strong performances in both games? And maybe talk about some of the positive habits that you can build on moving into this week with home games against Brandon and Calgary.
Yeah, I thought it was a pretty good weekend. It was a hard-fought game in Red Deer. Again, another game that had that playoff feel to it, and I think I was most proud of the way we bounced back after an eventful, spirited fight against Red Deer to turn around and have to play again right away at 2 o'clock. I thought we did a pretty good job. It was a little bit sloppy against Calgary, but I thought we played well enough to win.
How about those battle games as you describe them? How does that help you build that playoff mindset in the second half?
Well, it's all about managing emotions. You know, there's highs and there's lows, and it's just about staying even keel and you know, concentrating on what we can control, and that's how we're playing, and you know, the intensity and the details that we play with. And I thought for the most part we did a real good job of that.
Just thought we'd ask about an update on some of the guys in the injuries list. Matthew Savoy, of course, did not play Saturday against Calgary, and then any update on Wojtek Port?
Yeah, both will be out here again Thursday night. Just situations where we don't want to push it. Nothing to be concerned about, but this time of year we have a quarter of the season left. We want to make sure they're feeling their best heading down the stretch here.
IKS Media Warriors live pregame show with head coach Marc O'Leary, the Brandon Wheat Kings tonight. A very good transition team. Maybe talk about the keys inside the neutral zone.
Yeah, I feel like we talk about that every time against Brandon, and you know, it's the two things. It's managing the puck inside their blue line through the neutral zone, and you know, we don't want to give them easy offense going the other way. And again, we want to play in the offensive zone, but we want to make sure that we have smart depth. Again, if we get caught a little flat lined in the O zone, like you said, they can transition fast and hurt you.
They always seem to have bodies inside the opposition's home plate. Just maybe describe the boxing out process for your defenseman to try and help your goaltender out, and of course moving any loose pucks to the wall and out of the zone.
Yeah, that's, you know, D-zone coverage, sorting quickly, and you know, the earlier you can box out, the job is a lot easier that way. It's easier to keep somebody from getting there than to try to move them when they're already there. So that's something we'll be focusing on for sure against Brandon.
Good luck against the Wheat Kings there, Mark.
Thanks, James.
That's James Gallo in conversation with Warriors bench boss Marc O'Leary. We're going to take a short time out. When we come back, we'll hear from Warriors superstar Jagger Firkus, the CHL's leading point getter. Don't touch that dial.
There's no doubt running any kind of farm comes with day-to-day challenges. We built a new facility 2 years ago. Technology has totally revolutionized dairy farming. Fast Milk gives us the tools to provide high quality standard of milk, making sure our equipment is all well taken care of, make sure that those animals are housed and cared for appropriately. They continue to push us with their standards to make sure that it just gets better and better.
Darrell Romuld back with you here inside the hangar in Moose Jaw. We are minutes away from puck drop on TSN Plus and WHL Live as we get it for the Warriors and the Brandon Wheat Kings. Thursday night hockey in Canada's most notorious city. Let's head back to the locker room. James Gallo in conversation with Jagger Firkus.
IKS Media Warriors live pregame show with Warriors leading scorer Jagger Firkus, the team coming off the wins in Red Deer and Calgary last weekend. Jagger, with what's coming up for this team on the road, how important was it to get more confidence away from the hangar with those wins in Alberta last weekend?
Yeah, I think obviously since Christmas break we've been playing good at the hangar, and I think obviously these road games coming up, they're really important. It's getting down to crunch time at the end of the season, so every game matters, every point matters. So going into this stretch, it's obviously good to get some confidence last weekend winning those games, but I think it's a big week or 2 weeks when we're on the road here.
As well, on the weekend, you set that new modern era franchise record for the point streak, surpassing Denton Matejchuk, now 24 games. You get 18 goals, 48 points during that stretch. Yeah, is the streak something that you actually paid attention to, or was it something that just didn't creep into your mind until you got close?
It didn't really creep until we got close. I think once it got close, I kind of started to give it to Dents a little bit, make sure he's worried. But besides that point, I think it was all fun and games. He took it from me, so it's good to have it back.
IKS Media Warriors live pregame show with Warriors leading scorer Jagger Firkus. Jagger, you got the Brandon Wheat Kings tonight, a team that is known for their starts. How important are the early moments for Moose Jaw in this hockey game?
Yeah, I think Lear says it a lot. I think in the first 10 minutes we can't lose the game, but I think we can win it. And I think the start of the game is really important. I think a lot of our best games of the season is when we start off with a good pace and a good regulation game, I guess.
Wheat Kings a very aggressive team as well on the forecheck. Maybe describe the role of the forwards to help out inside the defensive zone.
Yeah, as much as we can try to slow them up. I think everyone knows that they like to stay hard in the forecheck. It was the same thing in Red Deer. They like to forecheck hard. So as long as we're kind of making sure we're in our spots and the D-men know what to do when they get the pucks, I think we should be good.
IKS Media Warriors live pregame show with Jagger Furcus. Good luck tonight against the Brandon Wheat Kings.
Thank you.
Jagger Furcus in conversation with James Gallo here on TSN Plus and WHL Live. Let's get right to your starting lineups. We are seconds away from puck drop here at the Hangar in Moose Jaw. Brandon Wheat Kings in town to take on the Moose Jaw Warriors. Jagger Furcus leads the WHL with points, 93. Third in goals with 40. Take a look at your starting lineup there. Jackson Unger gets the start. He's fifth in save percentage with a .914 save percentage. First in wins in the league with 27. Martin Rossivy starts along with Braden Yeager and Jagger Furcus. Denton Matejchuk on the back end with Caleb Parter. For the Wheat Kings, this is what their starting lineup looks like. Carson Bjarnason starts in goal. Nolan Ferlin, Jalen Weens, Caleb Hadland. On the back end, it's Quinn Manti and Luke Shipley. The Warriors have a lot of weapons, and Brandon knows it, but if the Wheat Kings are to have some success tonight, they're going to have to find a way to slow down that Warriors offense. The Warriors will keep their eye on Rylan Roersma. He leads the Kings with 53 points in 51 games, and it's not afraid to mix it up. 52-point penalty minutes in that time. Brett Hyland, 47 points in 50 games, and Mateo Michaels, the former Regina Pat, has been dynamite for Brandon ever since coming over in that early season trade. 23 points in 51 games, on pace for a career year. We'll be with you at the intermissions and the live interviews, analysis, everything you want right here on TSN Plus and WHL Live. Thank you for being with us wherever you are. It's of course always best to be here live, so if you're in the Moose Jaw area, still got time to get down here to the Hangar. Let's take you down to ice level and get you set for this big game on a Thursday night, the only one in the schedule. It's the Moose Jaw Warriors and the Brandon Wheat Kings on TSN Plus WHL Live, and we'll take you to ice level and join James Gallo and the Hall of Famer Derek Kletzel with the call. Enjoy the game. We'll see you at the intermission.
Maybe Fraser Minton, who knows, right?